Here is a new episode of Building Battle, my dear friends. It's Noob from Minecraft with you. Today I'm going to make building challenge of secret trap base with my friends Pro, Hacker, and God. And while I will build it, I would like to tell you one intriguing story is about three friends Steve, Alex, and Bob who find an abandoned house with traps. Their main task is to find a gem that can bring them home. Also, don't forget to press like button on this video and subscribe to my channel. Let's build! It was a warm summer afternoon when Steve, Alex, and Bob decided to explore the woods near their neighborhood. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they stumbled upon an old, overgrown path that led them to a clearing. In the center of the clearing stood a dilapidated house, its windows boarded up and its roof caving in. Curiosity piqued, the friends approached the house cautiously. The air around them seemed to crackle with an unknown energy, sending shivers down their spines. Steve, the bold and adventurous one, suggested they explore the house. Alex, the thoughtful and analytical one, hesitated, but Bob, the loyal and daring one, eagerly agreed. As they entered the house, the musty smell of age and neglect filled their nostrils. Cobwebs hung from the ceiling, and dust covered every surface. It was clear that no one had set foot in this house for years. The friends explored the ground floor, finding nothing but old furniture and broken belongings. Just as they were about to leave, Bob noticed a trapdoor hidden beneath a rug. With a swift motion, he lifted the rug, revealing a set of stairs leading down into darkness. Without hesitation, Steve descended into the darkness, followed closely by Alex and Bob. At the bottom of the stairs, they found themselves in a dimly lit room, filled with strange contraptions and mechanisms. "This must be where the traps are," Alex whispered, his voice barely audible over the sound of their racing hearts. As they navigated through the room, they came across a pedestal with a glowing gem resting on top. The gem seemed to pulsate with a soft, enchanting light, mesmerizing the friends. "We found it," Steve exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement. "This must be the gem that can bring us home." Little did they know, their journey had only just begun. The abandoned house held more secrets and dangers than they could ever imagine. But with their friendship as their guide, they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With the gem in hand, the friends ventured further into the depths of the abandoned house, unaware of the challenges that awaited them. The dim light cast eerie shadows on the walls as they navigated through a maze of corridors and rooms, each more menacing than the last. As they proceeded, they encountered a series of traps designed to thwart intruders. Steve, Alex, and Bob relied on their wits and teamwork to outsmart these traps. Steve's quick thinking, Alex's analytical mind, and Bob's daring nature proved to be invaluable assets in overcoming these obstacles. Despite the danger, the friends pressed on, driven by their determination to find a way home. Each trap they successfully navigated brought them closer to their goal, but also heightened their sense of unease. The abandoned house seemed to be alive, its walls shifting and changing, as if taunting them to turn back. But the friends refused to be deterred. They knew that the gem held the key to their return, and they were willing to risk everything to secure it. With each step, their bond grew stronger, their trust in each other unwavering. As they reached the heart of the abandoned house, they came face to face with their greatest challenge yet. A massive trap, unlike anything they had ever seen, stood between them and the gem. But with their friendship as their shield and their determination as their sword, they braced themselves for the final battle. As the friends stood before the massive trap, they knew that their journey had reached a critical juncture. The gem, pulsating with a soft, enchanting light, seemed to be the key to unlocking the trap and securing their way home. With a deep breath, Steve stepped forward and placed the gem into a slot at the center of the trap. Instantly, the trap sprung to life, its mechanisms whirring and clicking into place. The friends watched in awe as the trap transformed before their eyes, revealing a hidden chamber beneath the house. Without hesitation, the friends descended into the chamber, their hearts pounding with excitement. What they found took their breath away, a sprawling underground city, filled with towering buildings and bustling streets. "This must be the home of the gem's creators," Alex exclaimed, his voice filled with wonder. "We've stumbled upon a hidden civilization." As they explored the underground city, they were greeted by friendly inhabitants who welcomed them with open arms. The city was a marvel of engineering and ingenuity, with buildings made of materials they had never seen before and technology far beyond their understanding. But amidst the wonder and awe, a sense of longing tugged at the friends' hearts. They knew that their place was not in this underground city, no matter how welcoming its inhabitants were. Their home, Their families awaited them on the surface. With heavy hearts, the friends bid farewell to the underground city and its inhabitants, their minds set on returning home. But as they retraced their steps through the abandoned house, they were faced with a harsh reality. The way back was not as simple as they had hoped. The gem, which had brought them so far, seemed to have lost its power, leaving them stranded in the abandoned house. But the friends refused to lose hope. They knew that as long as they had each other, they could overcome any obstacle. And so, with determination in their hearts and a bond that could not be broken, Steve, Alex, and Bob set out to find a way back home, knowing that their friendship would guide them through the darkest of times. As Steve, Alex, and Bob searched for a way to activate the gem and return home, they faced a series of challenges that tested their friendship like never before. The once familiar corridors of the abandoned house now seemed to shift and change, disorienting them at every turn. With each passing hour, their hopes of finding a way home began to wane. But the friends refused to give up. They knew that their only chance lay in working together and trusting in each other's strengths. Steve, ever the optimist, led the way, his unwavering belief in their friendship serving as a beacon of hope. Alex, the voice of reason, analyzed every clue and piece of evidence, determined to find a solution. And Bob, the fearless one, faced each challenge head-on, his courage inspiring the others to keep going. Together, they uncovered hidden passageways, solved intricate puzzles, and braved perilous traps, each obstacle bringing them closer to unlocking the gem's power. But as the days turned into weeks, their spirits began to falter. It was during their darkest moment that Bob made a discovery that would change everything. While exploring a dusty old library in the depths of the abandoned house, he stumbled upon an ancient tome that contained the key to activating the gem. With renewed determination, the friends followed the instructions in the tome, their hands trembling with anticipation. And as they placed the gem into the final slot, a blinding light filled the room, signaling their success. As the light faded, Steve, Alex, and Bob found themselves standing outside the abandoned house, their journey finally at an end. Tears of joy streamed down their faces as they embraced, grateful for the trials that had forged their friendship into a bond that could withstand anything. And as they walked home, the gem safely in their possession, they knew that their adventure had only just begun. For they had learned that true friendship knows no bounds, and that together, they could conquer any challenge that came their way. With the gem in their possession and their journey through the abandoned house behind them, Steve, Alex, and Bob thought their troubles were finally over. Little did they know, their greatest challenge was yet to come. As they made their way home, they noticed a change in their surroundings. The once familiar streets seemed different, as if they had been transported to another world. Confused and disoriented, the friends realized that the gem had brought them to a parallel dimension, one where everything was similar yet eerily different. Despite their fear and uncertainty, the friends banded together, determined to find a way back to their own dimension. They encountered strange and fantastical creatures, each more bewildering than the last, but through it all, their friendship remained strong. But as they searched for a way home, cracks began to form in their unity. The stress of their journey and the unfamiliarity of their surroundings took a toll on their friendship, causing rifts to form between them. Steve, always the leader, grew frustrated with the group's slow progress, pushing them to move faster and take greater risks. Alex, ever the cautious one, urged caution and careful planning, leading to arguments with Steve. And Bob, caught in the middle, struggled to keep the peace, torn between his loyalty to his friends. It was during one of their heated arguments that disaster struck. Separated from the group, Bob stumbled into a trap set by the inhabitants of the parallel dimension. As he lay trapped and injured, he realized the true importance of their friendship. Steve and Alex, realizing their mistake, rushed to Bob's aid, putting aside their differences to save their friend.
I'm happy to see you again, my friends. it is me, Pro from Minecraft. I'm happy to see you again. My friend Noob made very cool secret trap base, but I will try to build it even more interesting. And while I do this, I will continue to tell you an exciting story about our friend's survival. Also press like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's start building. Together, they overcame the trap and emerged stronger than ever. Their friendship reaffirmed by their ordeal. With renewed determination, the friends continued their journey, their bond stronger than ever. And as they finally found a way back to their own dimension, they knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, united in friendship. Back in their own dimension, Steve, Alex, and Bob thought they had finally returned home. But as they soon discovered, their ordeal was far from over. The gem had transported them to a different location, far from their familiar surroundings. Determined to find their way back home, the friends set out to explore their new surroundings. What they found was a world unlike anything they had ever seen, a land shrouded in darkness, where danger lurked at every corner. As they ventured deeper into this strange new world, they encountered a series of challenges that tested their courage and resolve. They faced fierce creatures, treacherous terrain, and mysterious traps, each more deadly than the last. But through it all, their friendship remained their greatest strength. Steve's bravery, Alex's intelligence, and Bob's loyalty helped them overcome every obstacle in their path. Together, they faced the ultimate trap, a massive fortress guarded by a powerful sorcerer. With their determination as their guide, the friends infiltrated the fortress, facing off against the sorcerer in a battle that would determine their fate. It was a battle of wits and wills, with the sorcerer using every trick in his arsenal to defeat them. But Steve, Alex, and Bob refused to back down. With the gem's power at their disposal, they fought back with all their might, their friendship giving them the strength to overcome the sorcerer's dark magic. In the end, it was their unity that prevailed. The sorcerer defeated, the friends stood victorious, the gem glowing with a radiant light. With a single touch, the gem transported them back home, their journey finally at an end. As they returned to their families, they knew that they had been forever changed by their adventure. They had faced unimaginable challenges and overcome them together, proving that true friendship knows no bounds. And as they settled back into their normal lives, they knew that no matter what the future held, they would always be bound together by the memories of their epic journey and the unbreakable bond of their friendship. As Steve, Alex, and Bob settled back into their normal lives, they couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. The memories of their adventure lingered, haunting them in their dreams and waking moments. Determined to uncover the truth, the friends revisited the abandoned house, the place where their journey had begun. As they explored its decrepit halls, they stumbled upon a hidden room filled with ancient artifacts and dusty tomes. Amongst the artifacts, they found a journal belonging to the house's previous owner, a brilliant inventor who had disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The journal revealed the truth behind the abandoned house. It was a gateway to other dimensions, created by the inventor in a desperate attempt to find his lost loved ones. As they delved deeper into the journal, they uncovered a dark secret. The inventor had been consumed by grief and madness, his experiments leading to the creation of the traps and challenges that had tested them so greatly. Realizing the tragic fate of the inventor, the friends felt a deep sense of empathy and sorrow. They understood now that their adventure had been more than just a quest for a way home. It had been a journey of discovery and understanding. With heavy hearts, they vowed to honor the inventor's memory by using the gem's power wisely and responsibly. They knew now that the gem was not just a tool for their own desires, but a powerful artifact with the potential to change lives. And so, armed with this new knowledge, Steve, Alex, and Bob returned home. Their friendship stronger than ever, they knew that no matter where life took them, they would always be bound together by the memories of their adventure and the lessons they had learned along the way. As Steve, Alex, and Bob prepared to say goodbye to their adventure, they knew that the time had come to return the gem to its rightful place. The gem had brought them together, guided them through countless trials, and taught them the true meaning of friendship. With heavy hearts, the friends made their way back to the underground city, where they had first discovered the gem. The inhabitants greeted them warmly, grateful for the return of the gem and the peace it had brought them. As they placed the gem back into its pedestal, a sense of sadness washed over the friends. They knew that their time in this magical world was at an end, and that they would soon have to part ways with the friends they had made along the way. But as they prepared to leave, a surprising offer was made. The inhabitants of the underground city asked Steve, Alex, and Bob to stay and become guardians of the gem, protecting it from falling into the wrong hands. It was a tempting offer, but the friends knew that their place was back home, With their families and loved ones, with a heavy heart, they declined the offer, knowing that their adventure had come to an end. As they bid farewell to the underground city and its inhabitants, the friends felt a sense of peace and fulfillment. They had embarked on a journey of a lifetime, one that had tested their friendship and forged bonds that would last a lifetime. And as they returned home, they knew that their adventure had changed them forever. They had learned that true friendship knows no bounds, and that with courage, determination, and love, anything is possible. And so, as they settled back into their normal lives, Steve, Alex, and Bob knew that they would always carry the memories of their adventure in their hearts, for they had discovered the true power of friendship, and it had set them free. As Steve, Alex, and Bob settled back into their normal lives, they found that their adventure had left a lasting impact on them. They were no longer the same people who had stumbled upon the abandoned house so many months ago. They were stronger, wiser, and more connected than ever before. Their friendship had been tested in ways they could never have imagined, and yet it had emerged stronger than ever. They knew now that no matter what challenges they faced in the future, they would face them together, bound by the memories of their epic journey. As they looked back on their adventure, they realized that it had been more than just a quest for a way home. It had been a journey of self-discovery, of overcoming fears and doubts, and of forging bonds that would last a lifetime. And so, as they looked to the future, they knew that they were ready for whatever challenges lay ahead, for they had faced the ultimate test and emerged victorious, their friendship unbreakable, their spirits indomitable. As they stood together, gazing out at the horizon, they knew that this was not the end, but a new beginning, a beginning filled with endless possibilities, where anything was possible as long as they had each other. And so, hand in hand, they stepped forward into the future, ready to face whatever adventures awaited them, knowing that as long as they had each other, they could conquer the world. With their adventure behind them, Steve, Alex, and Bob took some time to reflect on all they had experienced. They sat together in Steve's backyard, under the shade of a tree, and shared their thoughts and feelings. Steve spoke first, expressing his gratitude for his friends and the bond they shared.
Hello friends, it's me, Hacker from Minecraft. My friend Pro have made some very interesting secret trap-based build, but we should show them how professional hackers build it. And while I'm building, I'll continue to tell you the breathtaking story. Don't forget to press like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! He talked about how the adventure had taught him to be more patient and understanding, and how he had come to appreciate the simple joys of life. Alex shared his thoughts next, admitting that he had been afraid at times during their journey, but he also spoke of the courage he had found within himself, and how he had learned to trust in his friends and their abilities. Finally, Bob spoke up, his voice filled with emotion. He talked about how much their friendship meant to him, and how he had never felt more alive than when he was facing the challenges of the abandoned house, with his friends by his side. As they sat together, sharing their thoughts and feelings, they realized just how much they had grown and changed during their adventure. They knew that they would always be there for each other, no matter what the future held. As Steve, Alex, and Bob returned to their normal lives, they found that they saw the world in a new light. The mundane routines of everyday life seemed less daunting, and they found joy in the simple things they had once taken for granted. They spent more time with their families, cherishing each moment together. They also made an effort to help others, volunteering their time and resources to make a difference in their community. They realized that their adventure had taught them the importance of living in the moment, of appreciating the people and things that truly mattered in life, and they vowed to never forget the lessons they had learned. As time passed, Steve, Alex, and Bob's adventure became the stuff of legend in their small town. They were hailed as heroes, not just for their bravery in the face of danger, but for the strength of their friendship and the impact they had on those around them. Their story inspired others to seek out their own adventures, to face their fears and overcome obstacles with courage and determination. And though they had returned to their normal lives, Steve, Alex, and Bob knew that their legacy would live on forever. Years went by, and Steve, Alex, and Bob grew older, but their friendship remained as strong as ever. They continued to support each other through the ups and downs of life, knowing that they were bonded by something far greater than themselves. And as they looked back on their adventure, they knew that it had been the greatest journey of their lives, a journey of friendship, of courage, and of discovery, and they were grateful for every moment of it. As Steve, Alex, and Bob grew older, they began to realize that it was time to pass the torch to a new generation. They had experienced the power of friendship and adventure, and they wanted to share that with others. They decided to create a club for young adventurers, where they could pass on their knowledge and wisdom. The club became a gathering place for kids who were eager to explore, to learn, and to grow. Steve, Alex, and Bob became mentors to these young adventurers, guiding them on their own journeys and helping them overcome their fears. They watched with pride as the next generation of adventurers embraced the challenges before them, just as they had done so many years ago. As the years passed, Steve, Alex, and Bob grew old and eventually passed away, but their legacy lived on in the hearts of those they had touched. The club they had created continued to thrive, with new generations of adventurers taking up the mantle. The town remembered them fondly, telling stories of their epic journey and the impact they had on their community. And though they were no longer there in body, their spirit lived on in the friendships they had forged and the lives they had touched. As Steve, Alex, and Bob reunited in the afterlife, they knew that their final adventure awaited them. They were ready to embark on one last journey together, knowing that their bond would never be broken, even in death. And so, hand in hand, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, for they knew that as long as they had each other, they could conquer anything, even death itself. And as they faded into the ether, their laughter echoing in the void, they knew that their friendship would last for eternity. As Steve, Alex, and Bob ventured into the afterlife, they found themselves in a place of endless beauty and wonder. They were reunited with loved ones who had passed before them, and they felt a sense of peace unlike anything they had ever known. But even in this paradise, their bond remained unbreakable. They continued to explore, to learn, and to grow, their friendship transcending the boundaries of time and space. They knew that they had been given a rare gift, the gift of eternal friendship. And as they walked hand in hand through the endless expanse of the afterlife, they knew that their journey together was far from over. Back on Earth, the town remembered Steve, Alex, and Bob as heroes. Their story had become legend, inspiring others to seek out their own adventures and to cherish the bonds of friendship. The club they had created continued to thrive, with each new generation of adventurers learning from their example. And though they were gone, their legacy lived on in the hearts of those they had touched. As Steve, Alex, and Bob looked out over the infinite expanse of the afterlife, they knew that their journey had only just begun. They had faced challenges and overcome obstacles, but their greatest adventure still lay ahead. Together, they stepped forward into the unknown, ready to explore the endless possibilities that awaited them. For they knew that as long as they had each other, they could face whatever came their way, secure in the knowledge that their friendship would last for eternity. As Steve, Alex, and Bob journeyed through the afterlife, they encountered wonders beyond imagination. They explored vast, shimmering landscapes and soared through starlit skies, their spirits light and free. They met beings of light and wisdom, who guided them on their journey and taught them the secrets of the universe. They learned that their friendship was not just a bond between them, but a force that connected all living beings in the cosmos. Together, they ventured to the edge of existence itself, where they gazed upon the infinite expanse of creation and felt a profound sense of awe and wonder. They realized that their adventure was not just about finding their way home, but about discovering the true nature of the universe and their place within it. After what seemed like an eternity of exploration and discovery, Steve, Alex, and Bob felt a pull, drawing them back to the world they had left behind. As they returned to Earth, they were filled with a sense of peace and contentment, knowing that their journey had been more than just a series of adventures. It had been a journey of the soul. Back in their old town, they found that time had moved on without them. The club they had created was now a thriving community organization, dedicated to helping others and spreading the message of friendship and adventure. Steve, Alex, and Bob were hailed as legends. Their story passed down through generations as a testament to the power of friendship and the human spirit. And though they had returned from the afterlife, they knew that their journey was far from over. Together, they continued to explore, to learn, and to grow.